All right, welcome to the character turnaround part 2. Now we're going to make this character that you created spin. First, we have to cut each character out. So the first thing you're going to want to do is unlock it and get it ready. Now it's rotated. I need to rotate it correctly back to so it's facing upright. So I go to image rotation, and if you look at it, I want to do it counterclockwise. There we go. Now everything looks great and we're ready to go. Next thing I need to do is cut out I need to cut out these people. Now I could cut the background out. I could go like this and grab a whole bunch of the background and cut it out. Hit delete, grab this, hit delete. I actually could use the magic wand tool and hit delete, but you see it runs into problems because it bleeds into people's outfits. Now if the object selection tool doesn't work, you have to do it this way. But let's check the object selection tool first. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the object selection tool. Click and hold. I grab the object selection tool, and now I'm going to see if it works. I'm going to hover over a guy. Oh my gosh, it works. So I'm going to click, but I notice it did not grab his little strap. Did not grab his strap. So what I'm going to do is hover over his strap and hold down shift and click here. Now I got his thing. Now I just want to check to see if it looks pretty good. I want to clean it up using the lasso tool. Clean it up using the lasso tool. And the reason I got to clean it up is because right here on his shoulder, you can see that there's a little piece I missed on his shoulder. So I'm going to grab my lasso tool and hold down shift and grab this little thing. Grab this. Make sure I got all this stuff. Now I'm going to just scan. Oh, look at this. I did his area under his arm. I don't want that part. So I think I'm going to grab the magic wand tool and hold down option. Get rid of that part. Get rid of that part. Get rid of this part. Now I'll go back to the lasso tool and just kind of touch up his sides. I don't want this part, so I'm going to slice it off using the option key. Just keep going down. Oh, this O right here. Look at that. I don't want that O. So I'm going to use the option key and cut it out. And it's good. Now, when I zoom out, I should have a pretty clean selection. I'm going to hit Command J, and I have cut him out. That's what you want to do. I'll do that one more time so you guys can see it. I'm going to turn this guy off, and I'm going to do this view. I'm going to grab the object selection tool, hover over him. Oh, I got to be on the bottom layer right here. Hover over him. Hopefully it'll... Oh, there we go. Good. Click. Didn't grab his strap again, so I'm going to hold down shift and grab that. And it looks like it's pretty clean. I'm just going to grab the lasso tool. The three you're going to use is a lasso tool, magic wand, and the object selection tool. Now, there's a little spot right here. I could cut this out with the lasso tool, but it's quicker if I grab my magic wand and just hold down option, click. There you go. Now I'm going to grab my lasso because I don't want this part. So I'm going to hold down option, get rid of that. Let's go down and see if there's anything else. That looks pretty clean. That looks good. Everything looks good. I'm going to hit Command J. And you probably won't find a couple pieces until you hit Command J. You can just undo and go back and finish them. Now I'm going to show you what happens if you can't object selection tool it, because sometimes the object selection tool will not work. And you got to figure out what you're going to do. So if that doesn't work, what you've got to do is click on this bottom layer and get rid of the background. I already did these two views, so I'm gonna do it the old school way. I'm gonna basically, all this stuff here I don't, I'll do it this way. I'm gonna grab the magic wand, make sure it's on about 90. Actually, there's a little hole right here. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna click here in the background and hit delete. And it still gets rid of his shirt and his arm. I don't want that. So what I'm gonna have to do is close this off. I'm gonna grab a paintbrush, make sure it's a black paintbrush, it's a little one, and close this arm off so it doesn't get in there. If you did the marker correctly, this shouldn't be an issue, but I want to close that off. And then I want to go over to this arm, and I want to close this off. There you go. Now it won't get all messed up. All right, I am going to grab my magic wand tool, click on this part, and now I hit delete, and look, it doesn't go into my stuff. So the magic wand got you pretty far. Now I got to get rid of all this other stuff. So I'm going to grab the lasso tool and just start grabbing all this other stuff that I don't want. See, it takes, if your object selection tool doesn't work, you got to do it this way. Oh, see, I keep cutting into his head. Let me zoom in here. Grab this, hit delete. I got to get rid of all this stuff slowly because the object selection tool wouldn't work. Slowly get rid of all that stuff. Now once you do that, I'm going to jump forward and show you where the what you do after you get rid of all these lines. Now you got to get rid of all these lines with this lasso tool. This is if the object selection tool doesn't work. If it does, you just keep doing the objects. All right, I'm back. I'm almost done. I'm just grabbing the last part, grabbing this little area, and done. Okay, I've got all my views. Now here's the thing, I cut out these with the object selection tool, but the other ones I need to put on separate layers. So I'm gonna grab this guy and hit Command J, and now I've got him on a separate layer. Grab this other guy, you can just use a rectangular tool, honestly, the marquee tool, and grab this guy. Gotta be on the bottom layer. Command J. Now I got these guys. Now I'm gonna grab this dude, bottom layer, Command J, and all of a sudden I have everybody on a separate layer. See that? Everybody on a separate layer. I can actually get rid of this bottom layer, but I'm not going to yet. I'm gonna go and name these layers. Now this is important I name them correctly. This is the front. This is the 3/4 front. This is the side. This is the 3/4 side. This is the back. Back. All right. So now I got them named. Front, 3/4 front. Side, 3/4 side, and back. And it looks like I forgot to get rid of this little area right here. So I'm just gonna fix it up. Go in there, hit it. Uh-oh. Oh, gotta fix that with the paintbrush. Now I'm gonna grab my magic wand and get rid of that area. Okay, cool. Now everything's legit. Next thing I need to do is some of my people are too big and this guy's facing the wrong way. So I got to fix that here. I'm going to grab my move tool, click on the side view guy and just make him a little smaller so he fits in with everybody else. Fits in with everybody else. Now I'm going to make this guy smaller. Click on this layer because he's a little too big. And fixed. Everybody's about the same size. Just got to make him. And this guy's facing the wrong way. So I'm going to go to my 3/4. Sorry, this is supposed to be 3/4 back. And I'm going to flip him. We're supposed to learn this later, but I'm going to show you right now. So I'm going to take this 3/4 back. I'm going to click on 3/4 back layer. Go to Image. Image. No, not Image. Sorry. Edit. Edit. Transform. And then I'm going to flip horizontally. We're going to do this later too. So now you can see he kind of rotates around in a circle. Okay. Next step. I need to generate 3 more views. I need 8 views so he rotates all the way around. So I'm going to grab my crop tool. See this crop tool up here? See it. Grab this crop tool, click on it, and I'm going to pull in the sides like this. But most importantly, I'm going to pull out this part here to make room for 3 more views. Might as well get rid of this. I don't need it. Oh. There we go. Now I got 3 more views. Now what's the view that comes after the back? It's this guy just facing the other way. So I'm going to go to the 3/4 back. And I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to right click and duplicate the layer. I'm going to call this 3/4 back number 2. And now I can just grab my move tool, and pull this over here. So now he's facing the wrong way again. So I'm going to go up here to Edit, Transform, Flip horizontally. Boop. Now I don't need to draw another side view. I've got a side view. So I'm going to go over here, duplicate the layer. Call this side view 2. And grab him, pull him over here. I need to flip it around, so I'm going to go Edit, Transform, Flip horizontally. Boop. Now, it's important to keep your layers in the right order. After the back layer is my second 3/4 back, and then the side view. So I got to keep all these new ones. See how it goes diagonal across? It can either be front from the bottom or the front on the top. But next thing I need to get back to the front view is this view. So I'm going to take this layer, right click, duplicate layer, pull this over here, and call this layer 3/4 front, number 2, pull it all the way down to the bottom, and I'm good to go. Now I've got all my layers. All right, once you name all your layers, you got to make sure you flipped everything. I forgot to flip my 3/4 front view, so I'm going to go to Edit, Transform, Flip horizontally. Flip horizontally. Now I'm here. The next thing I need to do is stack all my layers. I need to make sure everything's in the right order. See that? Everything's in the right order. I stack all my people. Grab them and stack them up. So they're in the same, they're going to flip through in the same area. Stack it. Stack it. Once you've stacked it, I need to get rid of all this room. So I go to the crop tool and I pull this in. Hit return, and now you're ready to go. All right, you need to create a timeline to cycle through these. So you're going to go up to Windows, timeline. And look, it opens a timeline for you. So in the timeline down here, you don't want video, you want create frame animation. And once you click on this, you'll see that there's a frame here. There's a frame here. Now, you want a frame for every single one. So if you go over to the sandwich here, you click on this and you go make frames from layers. If you do that, every single layer is going to become a frame. Now, you don't want this one because this has all of the views. You just want the ones you cut out. So you're going to click trash, trash that one. So you have 8 views. 8 views. And if I hit play, look what happens. It flips around. That's perfect. So I just want it a little slower. So I'm going to make these a certain speed. So change these all to 0.2, and you should get a pretty good speed. All right, after you put 2 seconds here, you can hit play and it'll actually rotate at a good speed. And that way you just made an animation in graphic design. If I hit stop, now I can export it. I go to File, File, Export, and I'm going to go Save for Web Legacy. Save for Web Legacy. I click on that. It's going to work out. It's a little magic here. And it's going to give you a little panel, hopefully soon. The spinning. Oh, there we go. Cool. And then you hit save. You hit save. And you put it in downloads. I'm going to call this spin. Spin. Turn around. Character. Spin. There we go. Save it in downloads. And then once you do that, you can open up Finder, go to downloads, and it's right here. Click spacebar and you can see it rotate. Turn that in. That's where graphic design and animation come together. All right, nice work, guys.